player, though, that I want to also mention today, because I think he came on and he was astounding. And his resurgence since the World Cup, I think, needs every bit of much of applause as anybody's. And that's Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, 100%.
Who was written off by all of us. Listen, £50 million flop needs to go. For me, I don't want the club to look at a new right back. I feel like we could focus that money in other areas. With AWB and Delo, neither are perfect. But I want to give them both one more year. I think they're both this season earned the right to have one more year for one of them to stake a claim to be the main guy, because Delo's been great the majority of the season, but the resurgence of AWB is something I didn't expect. Is something that I didn't think that we would see. And he came on today, and Sir Maximin was cooking Delo in that first half. And AWB came on and said, "Sit down, boy. Cut that. Get rid. Cut it out. Sit down. Shut up." And he ended him. And there was a great tackle from him that nearly led to a counter-attack goal as well. And that kind of epitomizes everything good about him. What are you guys saying? Should he be given more time at United now, or still should they strengthen that position at the end of the season?
It's tough because what he can do is so brilliant. Like, defensively, is brilliant. And that it's just that, okay, when he was in that position for the chance that we could have got from the count from his own tackle, he ended up making the wrong decision. And there's a couple of times there was touches in the box where you're like, no, Aaron, drive. Like, how
me and you were saying it during the game,
His confidence going forward is not there. And if Terry can still work with him and he's still willing to learn as a player and get more out of him, I will happily keep him at the club. It's down to him. That's what I'll say. It's down to him. I'm loving his form. But we've seen what can happen with him.
Football, I feel like it's changing now, though. I feel like managers are looking at players that can do special things in special moments. And now that we have 5 subs, there's an opportunity to use players as like starters and finishers, for certain situations. And I thought it was like the perfect thing. It's like Dallow's better going forward. He unfortunately got that yellow card, but you knew as soon as you brought Aaron Wan-Bissaka in, you shut him down. And I think sometimes like you need players that have special skills. Like, now that you have 5 subs, Aaron Wan-Bissaka becomes a player, in my opinion, that has such a special skill that you want to keep him because you have the additional subs to use him in particular scenarios, and he's so good at it. I don't think there's any reason to move on from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, especially not short term.
Well, you're right. Like special players I know other sports have like special teams, and I think that AWB, he's perfect. There isn't a better one-on-one defender in terms of fullbacks in the world. No one is as good at one-on-one defending as he is. And as much as there's more to being a fullback than one-on-one defending, as you say, we've got 5 subs to use now in games, and there's horses for courses. And I think that maybe listen, we've seen fullbacks evolve from being defensively minded, solid fullbacks to these marauding, attacking fullbacks like Trent. Now the inverted fullbacks becoming more popular. Well, maybe we're going to also see a situation there where you don't have a permanent fullback, and it's actually Delo's best for this team. I think AWB's best for this game. I think for me, there's something in that.
Just to echo what Jess said, I think just because of his defensive prowess alone, you keep him at the club beyond the summer. And I think for scenarios like today, just to see out a game, I think he's perfect. I think he should stay personally.
I hear it.
Yeah, what's cool? I'll just quickly say, Ten Hag's man management is severely underrated.
Yeah,
I think everybody fell in love with the tacticals, the Pep Guardiolas, the tiki-taka football. That they kind of discarded that these people they're humans. They need to be cared for in a specific manner. They need to feel like they're important for the team. They need to feel like they're a part of something. And Ten Hag, like Arteta, they've done really good jobs of making everybody feel like they're part of a greater cause. And if he's willing to stay, I say we keep him.
No, this is not me bagging on him, because I actually love AWB. I loved him when he first came, and I want this to continue. For me, I just keep going. Don't get complacent.
Yeah,
just keep doing what you're doing, and your future is set.
But you're right though, Dizzy. The world has become overly obsessed with ability and technique, and we've stopped focusing on, are you good at a particular job on a football pitch? It's a team sport. Yes, idealistically, you'd love AWB to be the best one-on-one defender, the best crosser, the best dribbler, the best passer, to have all those attributes. But we've seen with Trent Trent has still got one of the best crosses and passes in the world. But because Liverpool are struggling at the moment, you've seen all of these flaws come out. If Trent was, if Liverpool had been this poor for the last 5 or 6 years, Trent would still be as good a crosser. He just wouldn't have been able to excel at that. And now that Man United are strengthening their squad, they've become a resolute group. You're seeing individual players' strengths come out. Ironically, even Maguire in the last few months, when he's come on in games, 10, 15 minutes to shore things up, we've gone brilliant. He should never have been an 85 million pound star centre-back. He should have been, in the modern day era, a 25, 30 million pound backup centre-back to your main guys. And you'd love him. You'd love Harry Maguire if he was there as a backup to come on to see out games for the last 10, 15 minutes. If he was starting in games against average teams to, give your guys a rest, very much like Henning Bergs or David Mays of old at Man United. That is where he should be. Yeah. And that's why Ten Hag, as you've said already, Dizzy, I think you're spot on. His man management is brilliant. He knows who to use, where, what, and when. The amount of times in games recently where you'll have Weghorst start as a 9, then he goes into the 10. Rashford might move into the 9 position. He's got that spot on. The only time he probably didn't get it as accurate, as good as you want was today. We didn't go on to score again. But he comes in and he brings in Sabitzer and McTominay, who come in and they stop that onslaught of attack from Newcastle. Because I don't think for another 20, 25 minutes, we would have maintained that pressure from them. Sabitzer came in with McTominay, and they barely laid on a glove on us again after that. And that is not just man management on the day and in-game management. That's keeping these players hungry every day, so they know that when I come in, I'm not coming in because I'm a bit part. I'm coming in because that's my job.
But it's not even, you guys haven't even named some of the biggest ones. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rashford, Sancho, Rashford and Sancho. Like, for me, those are the biggest in terms of like man management in different ways, knowing exactly how to manage Rashford so that he could become the player that he is. And then sending Sancho away. Now he's coming back and like, obviously he's going to be like a new signing for you guys. Like, I've always rated Ten Hag. I think he just was due the step up, and you can see like he's just working his magic. And I really like what DZ said about, it's not just about tiki-taka. It's about noticing that these players are people, getting in tune with that so that they can become the best players and people that they can be, like, not to be too mushy, but like it's actually really cool seeing what Ten Hag is doing.
Yeah, it certainly is. And that's why I always talk about like reflection of life. Like, I want to see my club behave in this way.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho, one of the greatest managers of the last 2 decades. But the way he was talking about our players publicly, you had players leaving to go have children, and he was angry about it.
Yeah.
That isn't how you want to see your football club behave, because it's a bad look. It's a bad look, and you don't want your club to be like that. We've got some more super chats here. Chike, he says, congrats on winning the League Cup, Terry. United will win the league next season. I'm counting on it. Also, the answer to what US state produces the most diamonds is what's that say? Arkansas. They've been doing it since the 1970s. Oh, thank you very much, my friend. I didn't know that. No Qatar. I'd rather have CIA buy Man U. Qatar has human rights. Do you guys see KJ is so happy? Safe is in love with KJ. Send the link.
The CIA, bro.
Can you imagine?
American CIA.
I know we've got an American.
I'm down for that.
I know we've got an American in the room, but no disrespect. Like, the CIA have done a few bad things as well, you know. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you're defending them, but like, remember, this guy wanted. Yeah, they've definitely done a few bad things.
Yeah, one or two
things they probably should have done. Terry, today is my son's birthday. The birth of my son is the happiest day of my life. Today just made it's even better. Glory, glory, Man United. Well, first of all, congratulations on your son's birthday, the birthday of your son. Hope that you, your family, all having wonderful days. And of course, United winning this trophy today makes it even better. No doubt. Or Casemiro today. AWB is one of the best one-on-one fullbacks in the league. Aaron Maximum, Traore with a bit of skill, keeps going inside because he didn't want to face up to him. Seriously underrated. Look, listen, I thought he was gone because his confidence went. That AWB year one at Man United, I didn't care that he wasn't as good as Trent going forward. I used to actually enjoy watching people attack him because I never felt worried or vulnerable that we were going to concede down that line. Man United fans got into him too much because we became obsessed with not being like everybody else. I want to be like Pepper. We need to have. It was almost like we'd look at all the best players at other clubs and go, "Well, we need our own Trent." We need our own Aguero. We need our... No, we don't. We're Man United. We need our version of brilliance. And AWB, look, he's got a long way to go until I think he's the permanent Man United right back, but his resurgence has been brilliant. He deserves nothing but credit.